Hi YouTubers, and I'm going to be doing Story Hour Adventures Gameplay Part 1. Now, as you may know, these are actually based off of fairy tales, which are all in the public domain. So I figured I'm going to do the Aladdin one.
Aladdin. In a hot desert land, many years ago and far away, lived an old woman and her careless, idle son named Aladdin.
Yeah, so this is the original version that's in the public domain.
Aladdin enjoyed nothing more than to play ball all day long in the streets outside his home with his many friends. One day, when he was playing in the streets as usual, a stranger asked him if he was the son of Mustafa, the tailor, to which Aladdin answered that he was. Upon hearing this, the stranger immediately hugged Aladdin. "I am your uncle, and I come from very far away," said the stranger. "I knew you had to be my nephew, since you look just like my brother did." Together, they went to Aladdin's house to find his mother.
Can you help Aladdin find his mother? Point to objects in the house and press the A button to find her. She's not here. There she is.
Aladdin's uncle asked his mother what he did all day. After learning that Aladdin spent his days playing in the street, his uncle offered to teach him a trade and set him up in a shop. A few weeks later, Aladdin and his uncle took a day off work to visit some beautiful gardens outside the city. They traveled all day, almost to the edge of the mountains. Finally, they came to a narrow valley. "Let's stop here for a while," said Aladdin's uncle. "I want to show you something wonderful. But first, gather some sticks for me so I can start a fire."
Can you help Aladdin? Point to each of the 5 sticks lying on the floor and press the A button to collect it for a fire. Good start. Only 2 more. Great work. That should be enough to make a fire.
When the fire was lit, Aladdin's uncle threw some sparkling powder on it, while saying some magical words. The earth started to tremble, and an opening appeared in the ground. Aladdin tried to run, but his uncle stopped him. "I am not your uncle," the man began, "but a magician from a faraway land. In my books I found tales of a magical lamp hidden here, which will make me the most powerful man in the world. However, because of a curse placed upon me, it is impossible for me to go down into the tunnels. Go down the stairs and go through the hall that you find. Go past the garden of fruit trees to a terrace where a single lamp stands. Bring the lamp to me, and we will be rich together." Aladdin was frightened. but he bravely made his way down into the darkness and found everything as the magician had said. He made his way through the hall and then walked into the garden of fruit trees.
Yeah, so I'm going to show another story, Paul Bunyan, so that way I can show all of these.
Paul Bunyan. Deep in the middle of America lived a very unusual boy who went by the name of Paul Bunyan. Paul was not like other boys. There were short boys, medium-sized boys, tall boys, really tall boys, really, really tall boys, and then there was Paul Bunyan. Paul was so massive that it took whole teams of tailors working night and day for weeks to make new clothing for him. Tailors would turn up from all over the country to show Paul the new clothing they had designed specially for him.
Can you help Paul pick some new clothing? Point to an article of clothing with the Wii remote and press the A button to have Paul try it on.
The tailor beamed at Paul proudly. We used nearly all the cotton in the southeastern states to make this hat for you. You'll never see a hat more beautiful than this, he said. However, no matter how many new pieces of clothing Paul saw, he would only wear his favorite clothes. When they became dirty, he washed them. If they ripped, they would be patched up. But he refused to wear anything else. Now, Paul's closest friend was Babe, and Babe was a big blue ox, almost as big as Paul himself. Everyone who saw Babe agreed that he was the biggest, strongest ox which had ever existed. Nobody knew where Paul first found Babe, but while he helped Paul a great deal over the years, he also caused a great amount of trouble. Babe could never be kept for more than one.
Yeah, so that was that story. And then I'm going to show the other two.
Jack and the Beanstalk. A long time ago, in a magical land far away, on a quiet little farm, lived an old widow, her son Jack, and their cow. Every morning, Jack
there actually is a public domain film about this from the 1950s.
To be sold. One day, the cow gave no milk. "What are we going to do?" asked Jack's mother. "We have no money, and we've been unable to find you a job on any of the farms nearby." "Don't worry, Mother," said Jack confidently. "I'll take the cow to market, sell her, and we will see what we can do." So Jack went out into the garden to find the cow.
Can you help Jack find the cow? Point to objects on the screen with the Wii remote and press the A button to see where the cow is hiding.
Yeah.
There we are. Now Jack is ready for his trip to the market.
Jack and the cow walked down the dusty old
There was also
path
going to be a
leading
Disney
from his
adaptation
house
of Jack and the
and made their
Beanstalk
way towards the
that would have
local
been
town
totally
where
different,
the
but
market
it was
held.
cancelled.
When Jack and the cow were halfway to the market, they met a kindly old man who stopped them on the road. "Good morning, Jack," said the old man. "Where are you off to on this fine day?" Jack wondered how the old man knew his name. "I'm off to market to sell my cow," replied Jack. The cow let out a loud moo. "You look like a smart fellow," said the old man. "I have an offer for you. I have some beans, but they're very special magic beans. I'll swap you a handful of my magic beans for your cow." "That's a terrible trade," said Jack. "My cow is worth much more than some old beans. What makes them so special?"
Yeah, well, and I should probably show the last story.
The Three Brothers. There was once a man who had 3 sons, and had little else in the world apart from the beautiful house they lived in together. His 3 sons were born and raised in the house, and all had many happy memories of the building. In the hot summer, they would spend afternoons playing together in the garden.
There's a squirrel right
Happy
there.
as could be. Their favorite game was hide and seek, which they played with their father.
Can you help the father find the 3 brothers who are hidden in the garden?
Yeah, this is easy.
When you find
Especially
one,
since all what I need to do with this one is just press the A button.
Here's the first brother. Found another one. You found all 3 brothers.
In the cold winter, they would spend afternoons playing together in their bedroom. And even though it was bitterly cold outside, the brothers couldn't have been happier. Point to one of the brothers with the Wii remote and press the A button to watch him play with his toys. The eldest brother would sit and play with his farm set for hours and hours, and particularly loved to play with his toy horses. As the father grew older, he wondered to which of his sons he would leave his house after he passed away. He was incredibly fond.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for today, everything. So yeah, peace out, bye bye. Yeah, peace out, bye bye.